Hi, welcome back to Joe Blogs. In today's episode, I want to talk about European gas supplies because the current cold snap that we're seeing across Europe has led to the fastest depletion of European gas supplies that's been seen since 2018, so for more than 7 years. And the reason that this represents a major problem for Europe is that a lot of countries such as Germany, Italy and the United Kingdom have grown their electricity systems to be dependent on natural gas. Now, over the course of the past 2.5 years, since Russia invaded Ukraine, there's been a huge push towards renewable energy. So there's been a huge growth in the number of wind farms and solar farms in all of those countries. But the problem that you have with renewable energy is that when you get a cold snap, when the weather is really cold, everybody wants immediate electricity, and it's impossible to be able to increase the supply of electricity coming from wind and solar at those times. So at those points, all of the countries have to rely on fossil fuels, and as gas has been the main form of expansion over the past 30 years, that's what all these countries need. And this chart shows the annual level of gas withdrawals from storage in Europe as at January the 4th over the past 10 years. And what this shows is that the current level of withdrawal of around 25% is the highest that Europe has seen since 2018. And if we look at this chart, which shows the total amount of gas in storage, which is shown by the blue bar charts, and the percentage of the capacity that's filled, which is shown by the black line chart, this shows that the storage levels are currently sitting at 71.8%, which compares with 86.3% in January 24 and 83.5% in January 23. So what these charts show us is that Europe is currently drawing down gas from its storage facilities at the fastest rate for 7 years, and that its storage levels are the lowest that have been seen since the war in Ukraine started. And this represents a major problem for a lot of European countries because gas prices in Europe have almost doubled since February 24. And the four biggest users of natural gas in Europe are Germany, which is currently in recession and recently dissolved its parliament and has a new parliamentary election lined up for February, the United Kingdom, which is also struggling in terms of its economy and recently took on a new government, which is facing a lot of criticism at the moment, France, which is also in political turmoil. They've had to replace their prime minister and are struggling to be able to get their budget voted through, and Italy, which are also struggling. So this represents a very testing time for European countries because they're seeing their costs going up. They're seeing a cold snap that potentially could persist over the next few months, which would mean more demand for natural gas to produce both electricity and also heating, because a lot of European countries rely on natural gas being fed into households, and also industry are dependent upon it. And all of this, of course, is a major problem because previously Europe was getting the majority of its gas directly from Russia via the pipelines. That relationship has ended as a result of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, meaning that the costs have risen significantly for all of these European countries, and this gas shortage and the cold weather is coming at a very unfortunate time for a lot of European countries, and potentially will make both the political and economic crises that are being seen across Europe right now get much, much worse. So hopefully you've enjoyed today's video, you found it useful, informative and thought-provoking. If you've liked what I've said, then please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching this video all the way through to the end, and here's something to put a smile on your face.